Hey YouTubers, I have not shown you guys what's going on in the studio for a while. Donovan Hooser just came and went and had a fabulous workshop here doing stained glass pet portraits. We had about 7 students we did have 7 students and everybody learned a lot. It was great. While she was here, Donna can't come without teaching me something. I always learn something from her, or I get good resources from her. She tells me where to pick up cool stuff. So that's what I'm going to share today, is what she turned me on to. She gave me a couple of gourds. These are little, you can kind of hear it here. I'll put it next to the microphone. These are little gourds with seeds inside, and I have some weld bond on the outside of it. And here's the one I've been playing with. So I started this beading project, and yes, it is very time consuming, thank you. But I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I didn't think I'd have the patience for it. But once you get into it, it's very, very meditative and very soothing. So I've been working on this for about 4 days, I guess, 4 or 5 days, and I work on it for an hour at a time, and then I put it down. It's kind of like the same kind of satisfaction I think people get from knitting. It's very mindless. I put the, and this is all stuff Donna taught me how to do. She's been doing these gourds for a while. She actually has a class called Gourdaments that she's going to be teaching in Orlando when she goes there next. And so she had these gourds on hand, and she said, "You want to try one?" I'm like, okay, maybe. And she saw me, just that first row on there, I was just like getting so frustrated, and I'm like, I don't think I can do this. But I stuck with it, and then once I got it started, it got a little easier. But you can use a wire, and you do about 4 or 5 beads at a time. The other thing she turned me onto was this glue bottle. I love this glue bottle. She got this on Amazon. It's used a lot for the paper art of quilling. That's what it's marketed as. And so basically what you do is you just lay down a very fine line with the glue, and then you put the beads on the wire. Okay, so you can see where I've got a little bit of glue there. Then I put the beads on the wire. I place them on the glue, and then I pull the wire out. And it's slow. And I don't know if I'll do another one. I've actually got some ideas on how I can incorporate this into some of my work. And you can see here I've got these little numbers under paper. That's my collage technique, so I had to bring something into it to kind of make it my own. But I have an idea of how I want to like maybe incorporate hand drawing underneath some collage pieces under glass, and then do beading around that. And so the thing, I've seen gorgeous work by people like Betsy Youngquist and Julie, I can't think of her last name. There's some beading artists out there that do these fabulous sculptural pieces, and I'll never be that into it. But when I see something amazing like that, it's like the very first thing I think is, oh my God, that must have taken forever. And so I want to create some work that, yeah, you see the tediousness of the work, but I don't want that to be the first thing people think of when they see it is, oh my God, that must have taken forever. So I'm wanting to combine some collage elements underneath the glass in some areas, and then do the beading around it. But with the hand-drawn collage elements, I'm hoping to get a little bit of that freshness of drawing and the looseness and rawness of handmade marks, and so incorporate that into the tediousness of this type of work. So I have a few ideas kicking around in my head of how I can pull this beading technique into my regular cellular abstracts that I do. So we'll see if that happens. But anyway, right now I'm just meditating on this. it is really keeping me calm. So, and I'm starting to get a couple of pet portrait orders in. Art Paw's slow right now, but I've got a few orders. Talked to a lady today about a bull terrier. Woohoo! Hope that one happens. So yeah, that's me. That's the studio, and I'll check in with you guys next week. Hope you're staying cool this May. Bye.